All right, we're recording. Cool. Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Coronavirus Diaries. No, the Quarantine Diaries,
Quarantine
episode
Diaries.
4. Yeah, this is. I think it's been a nice success we've been having this week, Connor.
It's
Lots of
fun.
good feedback from everybody. Lots of participation from Andy and Curtis. Thank you guys again for coming on the show.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Hope to
I
have you again.
I've I was kind of getting fired up today, so I have some pros and cons to add to the podcast. So if you want to get your list out,
Yeah,
uh,
let's add them.
uh,
Pros.
it's very limited on pros. Actually,
Oh boy,
I
it's
just
an
wanted to
angry
be
Kyle today.
I just wanted to be a pro to a podcast. To Tagovailoa, just he's going to be a franchise quarterback. I believe it. You believe it. We'll
It
see where it goes.
depends where he goes.
As long as it's not Cincinnati, but.
I don't want him to go to the Redskins,
Yeah, that'd be lame, but I don't think they would.
and I kind of don't want him to go to the Chargers either.
Right. But the point is, we believed him as a prospect the entire time in the pre-draft process. We think I think he's going to be better than Joe Burrow. I don't care if anybody wants to come at me on that. That's fine.
Yeah, I think I agree. I mean, I like Burrow, but I'm a Tua guy.
Okay. Now you can add Bitcoin. I was going to put that on the pros, but I don't think you're. Yeah.
I just don't. I don't
I
get it.
should make you it on your behalf. So just that real quick. And then
that's fine. I don't care. Fuck it.
Yep. On to the against list, paying running backs / valuing running backs as human beings in general.
That's yes.
Yeah. After Gurley getting cut, just seals it home. You can't be doing that and be successful in the NFL. I think I'm officially against Bill O'Brien. Fuck that guy. He's an idiot. So I'm against him.
See, I think he's really funny because he's so stupid, but I can be against him. That's fine. He just makes me laugh because he's such a moron.
I mean, not to come out too hot, but like, it seems like he gives himself a lot of credit for raising his son, if you know what I'm saying. So, I'm also against camping in Call of Duty. It's been a problem the last couple days.
Camping?
Yeah, camping in Call of Duty. It's just
camping in Call of Duty.
Yeah, so that's.
I was just gonna say camping in general. Who the fuck wants to stay in the woods?
I'm into that.
No, I'm putting that too. Fuck camping. Camping in general.
This happened to me today, and I'm very against it. It's drinking / eating something you didn't know was expired. One of the worst feelings that you can come across in life. Yeah, some spoiled yogurt. It was still having trouble getting over it.
Consuming spoiled foods.
Mm-hmm. And then I think I just have one more. I want to be on the right side of history on this one too. I'm very against that Celebrity Imagine video that came out. That was the worst.
I can't. I didn't even watch it.
Yeah. John Lennon's a piece of shit, by the way, if you didn't know that. I'm not one of those people that's like super anti-Beatles, but I'm very anti-John Lennon. Fuck that guy. He just he beat his wife. He's a communist. He loves Yoko Ono. He was part of the Beatles. Just that's plenty right there.
I know he beat his wife. I just knew he was part of the Beatles, Yoko Ono, and got shot in New York.
Yep, deservedly so. And then neutral.
Neutral. We haven't had neutral in a while.
Yeah. Daylight savings time. So
it is. Man, that's tough. That's a tough sell for me.
So are you one of the anti-daylight savings times people?
Huge anti. But right. I'll hear you out.
It's just, I hate the shock of it. Everybody does. But at the same time, it's pretty nice. Because right now, it'd be getting dark at 5 o'clock if we didn't have it. So I think it is a necessary evil, and that's why I wanted to be neutral. I'm not totally against it.
I like pushing back the clock so it stays lighter out later. It just takes like a week or so to get used to it is all. Which kind of stinks.
Yeah, everybody likes the one, everybody hates the other. So that's the most neutral thing I've ever heard of.
When we were in When we went to Ole Miss for South Carolina game, we drove down, and Mississippi's an hour back. When we were driving back, that's when they pushed the clocks forward, and we left at like 5 a.m., but it was already like an hour back, and that was a mind fuck. I didn't know what planet I was on. Yeah.
But so yeah, that's it for my pros and cons. If you don't have anything to add to the list, then we can go on to your new segments.
Sure. No, I have nothing to add to the pros and cons. I like all the pros and cons. They're good additions. This new segment I came up with today, it's a two-parter question. The first part is who had the better career between these two people, followed by who will end up having the better career between the next two people. And it can be people in any type of field. So the first one, who had the better career? Tom Hanks or Denzel?
Man. I
have my answer, but I don't know if there's a wrong answer.
There really isn't. I think
they both have 2 Oscars, by the way.
Who does?
They both do.
Okay. So I think Tom Hanks has had the better career. Denzel still has some left to give. I think Tom Hanks is like way past like the point.
No, he's not. He's not past it. He still got it.
Yeah, I didn't see the Mr. Rogers movie. I haven't seen like anything he's come out with in a while.
So I heard that movie sucked because it wasn't necessarily about Mr. Rogers. It was about a journalist covering a story on Mr. Rogers.
Well, that sounds like the worst.
Yeah, I guess Tom Hanks is really good in it. He got the Oscar nom because, of course, he's Tom fucking Hanks playing Mr. Rogers. Like, that's just a match made in heaven. But, yeah, I heard the movie wasn't that good because he wasn't even the main character. It was the guy covering him.
Okay.
So.
Yeah, I'm going Tom Hanks. And I think it's mostly because of the way he's dipped his toes into the producing pool. Like, he made Band of Brothers, which is, like, one of my favorites of all time. So I'm going Tom Hanks. They have comparable resumes on the acting side. I haven't heard of anything that Denzel's produced. So
that's fine. I mean, I also go Tom Hanks, but like tip of the cap to Denzel. I think Denzel's fucking man. All right, now who will have the better career between these two? This one might be a little tougher for you, Kyle. They're 2 of your guys, our guys. John Moran or Kyler Murray?
Man.
Yeah, that's a tough one. I really don't know.
Should I base it off of injuries? Because I think that might make it slightly easier.
That depends, because I may have a counter to who I think you're going to say injuries to.
Right. No, I'm worried for Jaw's life.
Okay. All right. I thought you were going to say Kyler Murray.
No, I'm not worried about Kyler, really. And I still think Kyler's going to end up the best QB in that class.
That class sucked, though.
Oh. No, I was thinking wrong QB, so there's less hot. That was less hot. Kyler's going to end up better than Lamar Jackson.
Yeah,
that's what I'm going to say.
Yeah, which I agree with. Man, John Moran's really fucking good now.
I just think, like, he's 20. He just, like, dunks through the air going completely sideways and lands perfectly fine. Whenever you're, like, 25, 26, 27, you stop landing like that very quickly.
I know. I hope he doesn't get hurt, though. I love Ja.
I hope so, too, but I have more concerns about him than Kyler, so I'm going to go Kyler.
But yeah, I just thought that was a fun little segment we could do.
That is. Yeah, that's good, especially now that he's Hopkins, too.
I know. That's the thing.
Yeah.
But at the same time, Jaws also led the Grizz, or would have led them if the season didn't get canceled with the playoffs.
Yep. Completely agree. Love Jaw still. Shout out Jaw.
Shout out Jaw.
So I think I can hold off my top 10 another week. I heard you have another segment that you wanted to debut.
Sure. I don't know if it's so much a segment, but I was just, again, because we're all doing fucking nothing, I was super bored. So I just assembled a dream dodgeball team.
I love it. Sure.
So I looked up. You need 8 people for a dodgeball team.
Okay.
I am on this team naturally. And so of
You
course
have.
I went with professional athletes. I'll go from 8 to, or I guess 7 to 1 since I'm already included. 7, I'm going Jaw because he's an athletic freak. And as far as basketball players go, like I could have had Giannis, but I feel like he's too big, and you
He
need someone
is.
who's short and shifty.
Yep.
6 because he's an older Jaw. I want Russell Westbrook.
Love it.
Uh,
He gets angry like the fat guy in dodgeball. Perfect.
yeah. Um, the next 2, I went both baseball because you need some baseball guys on your team. Like I could have done all quarterbacks, but that's just not fun. So
Mm-hmm.
for baseball, I went Mookie Betts. I only did that because he's not on the Red Sox anymore, and he has a hose. And Francisco Lindor also has a hose.
Yep.
The
No, you need.
last 3 are all quarterbacks. You have to go Mahomes because he could literally kill someone with a dodgeball.
Okay. I was hoping he'd be on this list somewhere. So
He
I'm
was
glad
the first person on the list. He could legitimately kill someone with a dodgeball. And then I stuck with the baseball route and went with Kyler and Russ Wilson. Short, shifty guys with hoses. I think that team's pretty lethal.
I do too. I was gonna say like I can see Kyler and Russ like being able to dodge anything too on top of it. I just want to know like how you keep morale up enough to share the court with these 7 phenoms on the dodgeball court.
Because I'll sacrifice myself if like Mahomes is ducking down to pick up a ball and someone's about to hit him. I'm diving in front of him to save the greater good of the team.
Like Peter LaFleur and Marsha Brady.
Yeah,
That's
it's just for the greater good.
That's awesome. No, I love that. So like the segment will be like dream teams, and then you just pick a bunch of athletes for a certain scenario. I love that. That's great.
I considered having Jay Cutler on there, but because I do think this is something where he'd actually give a fuck and he could just mow some people down.
So to reference dodgeball for the 3rd time in this short segment, I could picture your team being like Jay Cutler being the David Hasselhoff that they have in the picture frame, and you guys all break the huddle on his face. So that would be perfect for him. Well, great. So this week's episode, we're gonna keep the games rolling. I love that we just keep playing games, creative thinking ones. We stole this one from a podcast so long ago that I even forget the podcast, but it's called the Rotten Tomatoes game. And basically what happens is me and Connor try to guess what the Rotten Tomatoes score is of a certain movie, and then whoever gets the closest to all 5 scores wins. Does that make sense? Okay. So I actually had my roommate Al text me them like 3 minutes ago. It's completely blind. I've never read any of these before. So the first category that he picked, he watches the podcast, so he knows us pretty well. He did Ben Affleck movies. So he wrote me out nice intros for all of them too. Okay, so this first one, Ben Affleck movies. All right, leading things off with a classic. Ben and his best bud Matt starring this low-budget hit set in their hometown. They took home an Oscar for this one. I didn't know that. The movie is Good Will Hunting. So on a scale of 1 to 100, what did you think the critics rated it?
97.
I'm saying 95. So Connor, you're saying 97. I said 95. Do you want to look up what the actual score is after each movie? I think it'd be easier to do it as we go.
So look it up now?
Yeah, after we already guessed. That way my phone's out of my hands for this part, so no cheating can take place.
So I said 97, you said 95, correct?
Mm-hmm.
97 on the fucking dot, baby.
Let's
go. Let's go. Woo!
That's actually super rare, and like we always used to play. That's -5, so like you start with like -5 points, and I have 2.
So this is like golf.
Essentially, yes.
All right.
Yeah. So the first one that you've ever got, you got exactly on. So that's not reassuring. So this action film stars as a man undercover as a small-time CPA. So this is Ben Affleck in The Accountant.
Um, see, I'll say this about Good Will Hunting. I feel like I remember seeing that it had a 97 on Rotten Tomatoes.
It's fine. As long as you're actively seeking them out.
No, I'm not doing it now. And I sort of remember seeing this one too. It's between two. It could be very close or pretty off. And I think Fuck, man, this is tough because I do remember seeing this, but I can't remember if it's on which end of the spectrum. It's not like, no, I'm not going to say anything else. I'll go 51.
Okay. I'm going to go 67. I don't think this movie was that bad.
Okay.
Good.
Accountant, Rotten Tomatoes. So I said what?
You said 51.
And you said 67? It is The Accountant. Now we're looking. Now, which one do we use? The audience score or the tomato meter?
The critic score. The audience score is actually like kind of spot on to what you think it is usually.
So the tomato meter is the one we're using.
Yes.
52.
God damn it, Connor. This is absolutely silly. Okay.
I swear to God, I'm not cheating either.
No, I believe you. So,
but for that quick, I was gonna guess. I thought it was either in the 50 range, or I thought I saw it was like 38 or something. But
okay. Yeah, you're absolutely running away with it right now. I think you have a combined score of -4, so it's gonna be tough to beat. Another David Fichtner movie, highly regarded book. The movie's Gone Girl.
I feel like I've seen this Rotten Tomatoes score too. I want to go 89.
Okay, I'm gonna go 91. I need to hit one on the nose to catch up.
It's 87.
This is silly. So like I'm actually having a decent game. It's just you're still negative. You've
fucking powerhouse.
Thank God I'm so happy we found like a game that you could like dominate at.
Yeah. Sometimes you just need a win.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay. The future of the human race is in the hands of a drilling crew led by Bruce Willis. Get your tissues out for this one. The movie's Armageddon.
I have no idea for this. So this is where you can catch some ground.
Yeah.
76.
I'm going to say 90. I think it was critically acclaimed. Come on.
Holy shit.
Is it 50s?
No, it's 38.
No.
Dude, we weren't even close.
No, dude, and Armageddon's such a good movie. Like
the audience gave it a 73.
Okay. See, like you have a pretty good feel with like what other people think about the movie.
I've never seen Armageddon.
What was it? 38?
38.
Jesus Christ. So you lost 38 points. I lost fucking 42.
Yeah, I thought it was like critically acclaimed as well.
Yeah, what the fuck? 52, sorry. Yeah. And then last one, I just watched it. It's so good. The director's cut, The Town. The rewatchables, that's like actually Bill Simmons' the best step of any of his podcasts
did you listen to the Castaway one today?
I did not.
Wait,
That's The Town is pretty much the only one I've ever listened to.
I listen.
Uh,
It depends on the movie for me. Um, I fucking love The Town. It's
I do
so
too.
good. Come on out, Coughlin. Fuck you. It's my favorite line of the movie. I'm gonna go 92.
Yeah, I'm gonna go 91. Just hope I get one.
Um, 93.
Man, Connor, you absolutely killed me that game.
The audience
So I
gave
got
85.
wow.
That's
So
disrespectful.
I got a 76, respectable score. Connor, you got Jesus Christ, too. You got 38, so you doubled me up. So you'll take home the first Rotten Tomatoes game ever. Very exciting. Do you want? We have two more categories. We'll at least do one. He did sports comedy movies for this next one, which I kind of like. That can be.
Yeah, let's do that.
Okay, this movie was referenced 4 times on this podcast already, so I won't even do the intro. The movie's Dodgeball. I'll go first this time since you let off last time. It's kind of an advantage.
Yeah.
I feel like this was like actually like for comedies do get shit on by critics, but I thought this one was actually pretty good. And I'm gonna go 78. I don't feel great about that.
See, I feel like this is another one I remember seeing, and I do agree that comedies do get shit on. And I thought Dodgeball was so goddamn funny. And if I remember correctly, it didn't do as well as I thought it did. I'm going to say 67.
Okay.
I'll check. What'd you say?
78.
And I said 67. It is a 70.
Wow. All right, so we'll split that one pretty much. I got 8, you got 7. All right, there we go. At least we have something competitive.
Wait, no. I thought I won that one. I said 67. I was 3 off.
Sorry. My fault. I read it as 60 in my head for you. So the second one, man, this is such a classic. I have no idea what it would actually be. It's Happy Gilmore.
I feel like
I've seen this one on Rotten Tomatoes at any point.
No, but I also feel like Sandler movies always get shit on.
I do too. I feel like this one though probably didn't do that bad, but
it's peak Sandler. It's when he's at the apex of his powers, to quote Bill Simmons. When he had that Waterboy, Billy Madison. Fuck, I have no idea. You go first.
I am. I'm gonna go. Do I go high? I think if I go high, it's super risky. Because I could either see this actually being like a 90 where it deserves to be, or like in the 50s.
Yeah, that's a thing.
I'm gonna go 86, and hopefully don't blow it on this one.
I'm gonna go 79. Happy Gilmore, you say?
Yeah.
Rotten Tomato. 61.
That's infuriating on the half.
Like I said, like Sandler movies always get shit on it. It's not fucking right.
Yeah, it doesn't even deserve it. What the fuck is that?
Here's just a little off topic. What's your favorite Sandler movie?
Big Daddy, no question.
Mine is Mr. Deeds.
Mr. Deeds is a good one, and then
I love Mr. Deeds.
I think the one though that I've seen like on TV and like stopped what I was doing to watch it the most is 50 First Dates because it was always on TV, and
Yeah.
I'd yes every time it was on.
50 First Dates is another good one too. I fucking love Adam Sandler, man. He's the best.
Sandler's a top 5 personal favorite actor of all time, just in terms of all of his movies.
I don't hate that take.
Yeah, it's tough to dispute. I even like so if you haven't watched any of them, all of the Netflix ones like he's put out, like the David Spade one, the one he did with Jennifer Aniston, they're just like Netflix budget films, are actually hilarious and awesome. Loved every single one. So he's still got it.
Adam. What's the next one we got now?
White Men Can't Jump.
I have no idea.
I have no idea. I feel like so with those two being low, I'm thinking just like timing wise, this probably timed it pretty good racial tension wise in the early 90s. Early Woody Harrelson, Wesley Snipes. I'm going 89.
The thing is, I just think sports movies never get the like comedies. They never get the credit they deserve.
Mm-hmm.
I'll go 81.
Give me a lot of room to make up.
Are they doing a White Man Can't Jump remake? Let's see. 76.
Damn it, dude. I think it's gonna win. We don't even need the third game, but we'll see. If I get one right. All right. So this one, wow, he did it. Henry Rosenberger. I didn't know Gary Busey was in this movie, but I guess he is. Yeah.
Rookie of the Year.
Yeah, it's Rookie of the Year.
Again, I just feel like I don't know.
I'm going 50. 50 even, playing it safe. Probably not that highly rated.
It's definitely not that highly rated, but I'm going to say 53.
Man, you're just playing the short game where I'm just getting boxed in every time.
Ooh, Kyle gets his first dub.
What was it?
Not even close, 35.
Oh, man. Yeah, I don't know. Connor, I honestly don't think I've won one round.
There's your first dub.
Yeah, that sucks. So you got 18, 15.
Hold on a second. My dog might want to leave my room.
Yeah, okay.
Sorry about that.
That wasn't bad.
He's being difficult. What's the next one?
And the next one, the last one, is Sandlot. And from my childhood experience, like every single movie that I ever loved has gotten absolutely shit on. So I'm gonna say 28 for Sandlot.
42.
42. Come on, give me if it's in the 20s, then I have a shot. Kind of, not really.
Ooh, 61.
Wow, good for Sandlot.
That's for Connor.
Yeah, Connor, you just absolutely whooped my ass. So we won't even need the third game at this point. God damn it. Well, congratulations, Connor. You needed that after how the drafts went and everything. So that's pretty good that you won.
No, I think my draft yesterday was actually all right. I got one.
I didn't see any Twitter poll put out for that.
I didn't do the Twitter poll for it today. I'm sorry.
That's okay. I love that one. That was a good draft.
I got lazy.
Yep. But yeah, we're back to us two today. Hopefully we'll have somebody on tomorrow, I bet.
Big episode Saturday.
Big episode Saturday. We got, I think we'll, not to spoil anything, we won't give out any names, but I think we'll have the double guest for the first time in history.
Ooh, the double team. I have two takes today.
Okay. What you got?
I'll go with the take that I literally just thought of, which It's gonna get some heat, but I'm here for it. I think s'mores are overrated.
S'mores?
I think so. Like, how many times do you
This
eat s'mores?
this goes in line with one of the things we add to the against list, camping. I mean, that's really the only time that s'mores get propped up as like something really good because there's nothing else to eat out there except graham crackers, marshmallows, and that.
Chocolate. And you
Yep.
always burn the fuck out of the marshmallows, and like
Yep.
they get sticky and all over your hands, and you don't have a fucking sink to go and wash your hands because you're in the goddamn woods.
So are you saying s'mores is overrated, or are you saying just the like general s'mores flavors are overrated? Because s'mores blizzards are pretty awesome.
But s'mores Pop Tarts suck dick.
Well, yeah. I mean, Pop Tarts is so hit or miss. Brown sugar or get out.
I think I'm going to go with the idea of s'more.
Wow. So everything. I like that.
Yeah.
That's bolder. That's way more fun.
Yeah.
I won't knock that too much. I do enjoy a good s'more.
When was the last time you even had a s'more, though?
Probably 10 years ago.
Yeah, exactly.
Yep. I would never go willingly camping unless my family forced me to as like a character building experience. So haven't been since.
But here was my second take, and it's one I've felt for a while. I don't know if it's a hot take or anything, but it's a take nonetheless. I think Jonathan Taylor Thomas should be way more famous.
He was for like a long time.
Like, why isn't his career so much bigger?
I don't. Doesn't he have? Aren't there the Lauren? No.
I mean, he was a childhood acting sensation. You know, want to know what his first movie was? Because he did some TV stuff I was looking, but none of the shit I was ever going to watch. But his first movie role.
No, what was it?
He voiced young Simba, Lion King.
Oh my god! And then was a fixture on Tool Time for years.
Tom and Huck.
Love Tom and Huck. Wow, that was such a good movie.
I was just going through his Wikipedia. He just voiced Pinocchio in a live action Pinocchio. You already did Lion King, so why not do Pinocchio, earn an extra payday? I guess that movie probably sucked because I saw a picture of the Pinocchio and he's creepy as shit, and I'm never gonna see that.
Yeah.
He was in Man of the House with Chevy Chase. I don't know if you ever saw that.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't. And I'll Be Home for Christmas.
I loved I'll Be Home for Christmas whenever.
He's in it.
Yeah, that was.
And the thing is, too, he is incredibly handsome. Like, even to this day, still. Like, he's very, very handsome.
I'll Be Home for Christmas. One, isn't Jessica Biel in that?
She is in that.
Pretty sure she is. But so is there just like a 15-year resume gap from I'll Be Home for Christmas to Pinocchio? That's pretty much just unexplained.
Let me look it up real quick now.
Yeah, because like it would be a little bit more understandable if he just had like 3 duds in there that nobody's ever heard of and bombed.
Oh man, this doesn't do him any favors, but at the same time, a lot of actors are short. He's really short.
How short?
5'5".
Oh my god.
Yeah, but Tom Cruise is also really short. But Tom Cruise is a goddamn king.
Conspiracy theory: Tom Cruise is actually like 5'4" and has paid Google millions upon millions of dollars to have his height listed as 5'7".
He is not 5'7".
No, he's not.
Fucking love Tom Cruise though, by the way.
Oh, powerhouse.
All right. Since I'll Be Home for Christmas came out in 1998, I have not heard of any of the other movies he's been in since. 3 of the movies from 1998 to 2005, which was the last movie he was in, don't even have links to them on Wikipedia.
Oh my god.
The last TV show he was in was Last Man Standing.
What's that?
It beats me. And that show went from 2013 to 2015. He's only in 4 episodes.
That's pretty nuts. Yeah, so he just was on fire, skyrocketing to superstardom, and then nothing.
I don't know. I guess his career may not have been as good as I thought.
I don't
I,
know.
I just think if you voice Simba in 1994, you're a fucking king.
No, that 94 to 99 run seems plenty legit. I'm okay with all of that. I think he has a lot of wasted potential. So I'm with you there. I
But
don't hate that
he's
take.
handsome too. Like that's the thing. He's really really handsome. And
Yep.
like let's see what else he was in. Have you ever heard of the show? He's had a bunch of guest spots in shows. He's voiced 5 episodes in The Wild Thornberrys.
Wow.
That show was weird though.
Yeah, it was.
Tyler Tucker. He was in an episode of The Simpsons.
That's big time.
Did you ever watch Smallville?
Nope.
He was in an episode of Veronica Mars. I guess, really his claims to fame are The Lion King, Home Improvement, Huck and Finn, and I'll Be Home for Christmas.
That's like a pretty impressive 4-year run, though. So I don't know. I'm with you. I think he had a disappointing career after that. Lot left on the table.
Yeah, I mean, Home Improvement, that's a long ass TV show. Like 7 years, that's a lot for TV.
Yep.
A lot.
Yeah.
And Lion King's one of the biggest movies ever, or at least most popular.
No, Tim Allen he really bit it too after the early 2000s as well, because I haven't heard of anything that he did after that, and they all suck.
Just Toy Story. He just kept riding that out.
That's true. No, that's such a great resume point.
Just has that in his back fucking pocket.
Yep. No, that's a really
actually he tweeted it. Apparently he's a big conservative and Hollywood hates him for it, but fucking whatever.
Well, that's probably why.
Shut up.
Roseanne.
He actually had a tweet at Tom Hanks the other day that like made me really happy. I'll pull it up. I must have deleted it. What the? Oh, okay. He said, "I told Tom and Rita that Buzz offered a couple of space suits if they needed them. Seriously, rest up and get well." And it's a picture of Buzz. That's great. That's fucking great.
Now, if you're gonna be somebody like that, lean into your best character.
Oh man. Here's the problem with that now, because he is leaning into it way too much. So,
oh really?
Well, did you see when Tom Hanks announced to the world he had coronavirus? He tweeted it out. Tim Allen first responded to that tweet with that picture of Buzz. And he said, "Woody, I should have made you two wear spacesuits. You and Rita rest and get well." Which first is great, but then he tweeted it again. It's like, oh, come on, Tim Allen.
Yeah,
it's a one-time
up to yourself. Yeah, that's a bummer.
That's a tough look. That's unfortunate.
Yeah. Well, anyway, that's a good take though. Jonathan Taylor Thomas. What could have been?
I mean, I just think he should have got way more out of his career. Like if I voiced Simba back in '94, I'm something today.
Completely agree. Do you have any other takes? I might have one-ish.
You come up with one real quick, and maybe I'll have one.
Okay. I think there's one show that needs to come back that probably could never in these times, and it's 1,000. What?
I just thought of a show that's not on the air anymore, and if it's the one I'm thinking of, I'm gonna lose it.
I don't think so. Mine's a deep track, but I've looked Netflix, Hulu, wherever, and I can't find them. It's 1,000 Ways to Die. It was always on Spike.
Yeah.
I love that show, and I just think like nowadays people get all fired up about like making fun of people dying, but it was so awesome and so interesting. I would love to bring that back today. What show were you thinking of?
Very, very different. My Wife and Kids.
Oh, Connor, I found that those are on YouTube. I watch those like pretty consistently, and they're free on YouTube. Somebody upload them. Now, that's what I always say watching New Girl and Coach. Coach is like funny, but he's just a 5 out of 10 version of his dad. Damon Wayans is so fucking funny in that show. It's incredible. And
Yeah.
one of the sneakiest,
I like
funniest
Junior
parts about
too.
that, love Junior. And one of the sneakiest, funniest parts too is like season one. The show like did super well, so they like swapped out the dark skinned daughter for like a
That's
hotter
right.
light
Yeah,
skin.
yeah, dude. Claire,
Just
Claire is a
twice that.
god. Claire is
Yeah.
super. Fun fact about Claire: the actress that played her. Do you know Earl Watson, the former basketball player?
The name. So.
He is like a backup point guard. He coached. He's a starter, but he bounced around a lot of teams. He was coach of the Suns a couple years ago. He was married to her, and then they got divorced. And you know Joy Taylor on Cowherd's show?
Yes.
He then got engaged to her, so he cleans up.
Wow, look at Earl Watson. Was he on the Pacers at any point? That's if he was there. I remember that.
But I don't think they're engaged anymore. But yeah, he does. He did well for himself. Yeah,
absolutely.
Okay. I have a take though. Just thought of it. Fuck Andy Dwyer.
Really? That's fun. I like that.
Andy
go off.
Monta will agree with me. He's just so dumb. It gets to a point where it's just not funny for me. Like, stop being such a fucking idiot. The same thing with Taco from the league. Like, I hate Taco from the league. He's just too fucking stupid. It just annoys the hell out of me.
I really like that take. I disagree with it personally. I think both those characters are very funny. But I love that they are too dumb sometimes. I like Andy Dwyer especially though for like his songs in the show. It just really brings.
I like his songs, and I'll say this too about Andy Dwyer. He should have stayed with Ann. I wish Ann never would have dumped him. I liked Ann and him more.
I see that was nice because like that was like Karen from The Office's chance to like have her own time, and she was fine. She did it. She was plenty hot enough. I was proud. I love April. I feel like that's okay. As long as we're on the same page about April being like hot and actually funny, especially
she's very funny.
Yeah.
I forget which episode it is, but they're singing Time After Time, and then Donna like comes and goes, I love you waiting.
See, I love Donna's character in that show too.
Yeah.
She's great.
The only two people I don't like on the show are Leslie and Ben.
Leslie's the worst character, like by.
But you need her for the show. I get what, like you need her for the show.
Mm-hmm.
Ben's just a pussy.
Yeah, Ben is a pussy.
Because the first experience I had with Adam Scott was him in Step Brothers, which is an all-time role. And he is so fucking funny in that movie. Kills me in that movie. Hysterical. And it's just the total opposite end of the spectrum in Parks and Rec. Like, he's a little bitch.
Yeah.
It makes me, I hate it.
I kind of agree with that too. Yeah, fuck Adam Scott in that show.
Everyone else on the show I love. Like Tom, Ron, John Ralphio. John Ralphio kills me. So fucking funny. Yeah,
I love him and Aziz together. They're just hilarious.
Gary, who everyone shits on. So funny. He is a better Toby from The Office because there's like a little personality to him. Like Toby.
Yeah.
I don't hate Toby, but Toby's just like a blob. At least like Gary or whatever the hell his name is will like laugh and stuff.
So Toby has a weird character arc on The Office where like he's like super in love with Pam, touches her knee, and moves to Costa Rica because of it. Like
that was so funny. It was such panic.
He runs out and hops the fence that's like 12 stories high because he doesn't want to be a part of that situation.
No, see that seems like so funny because like I've been in situations like that where you just do something so embarrassing, you just literally just want to leave the fucking country.
Right. But that's all I'm saying is like that's like Toby's only thing to his personality. Like I hate in the later seasons whenever like he gets like super into the Scranton Strangler trial and like that
Oh,
bothers him for like 3 seasons.
I kind of like the Strangler because he like knows he's like the popular kid, and like everyone wants to know what's going on. He's like, I can't tell you like what's going on.
No. I'm not talking about that. That's very funny. I'm talking about like season 9, whenever he like meets Nellie and like talks to her about it for like the whole episode.
I hated Nellie. Hated her.
I did too. Yep.
I actually.
Worst guy.
This is now I have another take. Now that we're on The Office, I don't even care this is going long. I think season 7 is very underrated.
Is that when Andy's manager?
That's Michael's last season.
Yeah, anything Michael is perfectly awesome. I think
that was the first season like I started watching. Just season 7.
Okay. So I'm team final Michael season perfectly fine. It's very passable. I don't really like the season when Andy's a manager. I know that's the opposite of what you think.
No. I've said I don't like when Andy becomes manager. I like season 8's fine. Season 9's a train wreck.
Whenever Robert California comes in, though, I love Robert California.
I like Robert, dude. He's such a weird motherfucker.
So, like, one of my favorite quotes from him is like, he has Jim in the conference room. He's trying to give him advice, and he's like, "All right, Jim, do you want a nature metaphor or a sex metaphor?" And Jim's like, "Oh God, nature." And Robert California's like, "So 2 animals are having sex."
See, you know who else got slept on? When Michael left, Will Ferrell came in as D'Angelo Vickers. He was really funny.
He was.
The fake juggling
was
so goddamn funny.
The making Andy do things to hurt himself and thinking it's so funny is brilliant.
When he's doing the juggling, he's like, "Someone throw me another ball," and someone does. I forget who it is, but they just like stand up and start clapping for him.
Did you ever see the edited video of like somebody put
like put actual
you juggle and stands? It's so funny. I love the internet.
Remember when D'Angelo and Michael met at the bar?
Yeah.
When Michael's like, "Moving to Colorado, the Sunshine State."
He's at 4 episodes roughly. Stretch is so underrated, and it was the perfect stopgap for Michael leaving for you to forget about Michael leaving.
And then when he leaves the show, it's because he dunked the basketball and like the hoops on him. He's like, "The doctor is in." It just fell on him.
And then he just leaves the show forever. It's brilliant. It really is.
Well,
I think we'll have to do just like a pure Office episode, and
we'll have to have Kirk on for that.
We'll have to do some kind of game for that. We'll think of something.
It may need to be a draft. Little spoil.
Of some kind. But yeah, no, I love that.
Well, I think for what we did, Kyle, just with the Rotten Tomatoes game and me dominating, we threw together a pretty nice episode, just off the cuff.
Oh yeah, no doubt. No, I'm glad we played a game that like you could just absolutely run away with, because it's one of those weird things like with you and your college athletes where like you see a Rotten Tomatoes score and internalize it forever. Yeah,
I it's weird. The first one with the Ben Affleck ones, I just smoked.
So, Connor, if you took out that one where we were both way off, you would have had negative points for that whole time.
Yeah, that was fucking Armageddon. Fuck that.
Yeah, that was
What's Armageddon even about? They save the world or something?
Yeah.
Have you ever seen it?
There's a meteor coming to Earth, and Bruce Willis has to stop it, and then, spoiler alert, sacrifices himself.
What are your thoughts on Bruce Willis?
I like Bruce Willis. I have an appreciation for the Die Hard movies that I feel like a lot of people our age don't. They're
Never seen
definitely
him.
hilarious. I love like '80s cheesy action movies, and he started them.
He did. Shut up. I mean, I don't hate him. He's fine. See, like, when it comes to like cheesy action movies, give me Tom Cruise. Give me all of Tom Cruise. I love Tom
Absolutely,
Cruise.
he's just the modern day one. Since Bruce Willis was like the pioneer, so I gotta respect him at least a little bit. And then he's like funny enough in roles that he's in like current day, where he's like super self aware, just like a supporting actor. He loves it.
Unrelated. Look at this hand sanitizer I have.
Does that say penis on it?
It says I love my penis hand sanitizer.
Where'd you get that?
My dad gave it to me. It was fun because he was cleaning out his like drawer or something a while ago. He was like, "Hey, do you want this?" I'm like, "All right." Then fucking coronavirus hit. I'm like, "Well, I'm set."
Yep, absolutely. But if you don't have any more takes, this is our longest one yet.
Is it? Nice. Yeah,
Yeah,
no more takes. We'll be back tomorrow. I don't know what we have planned for tomorrow. We'll come up with something. Because
yeah,
we literally have nothing else to do.
yeah. No, it's no problem coming up with ideas. We'll be here churning out content for you guys. Sure, some episodes are going to be filler, but that's what you guys need right now is some filler. So we're happy
I
to
do
supply.
have for the new segment, who's had the better career and who will have the better career. I have tomorrow. I have the next few days like set up.
Okay, I thought of some to bring to the table myself as well.
Yes, I like that a lot. And
Yeah, so I'm
again,
gonna.
it could be in any field, and I do like the cross how I did the basketball football field for who will have the better career. I like that.
Yeah,
I like doing
I
that.
do. I love comparing apples to oranges. I think it makes for some good conversation.
Steve, we'll see you tomorrow, everyone.
Yep. I'll upload this right now.